Hey, welcome back to Vice Grip Garage. A guy finally bought his first Volkswagen Beetle, and true to Vice Grip fashion, it's one that's been off the road for almost 40 years. It's got a host of issues. Wheels locked up, fuel system rotten, carburetor bad, ignition issues, on and on. We've made some progress with the car, but we have got to get this thing running and driving. There's a tremendous amount of work yet to do, so let's jump right in. Well, the Volkswagen gurus and experts have spoken, and most certainly 99.736% of them agree on one core fundamental. When it comes to air-cooled Volkswagens and maintenance, whether it's, putting in lightning hoses, adjusting your car, maybe pulling the lightning whirler, putting that back in, swapping a headlight, dome light, adjusting the seat, you must pull the engine out. It's only 4 bolts. Throw it on the bench. Well, I guess I'm going to go against the grain like the old timers did. The other thing I did wrong is I didn't do 97 hours of research and have 14 how-to books. But again, I'll be like the old timers without interwebs. How-to books, like the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, 80s, and probably even early 90s. Have fun, figure it out, make mistakes, intimately understand how things work, and then make them work. I'm having a blast, and this thing will run, and I'll know a whole lot more about it. Okay, lightning hoses are in. Essentially, the ignition system is back together. So we can skip over to fuel for a couple things here before this gets busy again. I want to get some clampulators on these fuel lines and redo this thing right here. Oh boy, that puppy's old. So before I do that though, I'm going to run some air through this and make sure that we don't have any restrictions. We saw how varnishy that fuel was, so I'm going to hit air here. You guys go up front and make sure that we got wind coming out of there. Oh, here this is. I looked all over for that. I ended up using the old one. And if there's no restrictions, then we will go ahead and plug that up to the fuel pump, get that all finished up. There. I was walking around, picking up tools, trying to figure out where in the devil this one went. So you guys watch right here, and hopefully we get wind and no restriction. Okay, you ready up there? Here comes some wind. Bringing some wind. Ooh. That's plugged. Oh yeah. That's not good. Nope. There's a restriction right there. Is it right here? Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see, how can I get that out? I got this little guy. All that varnish. Right there. Wonder if I got a little, screwdriver for glasses. Maybe I can get that in there. Something. Yeah, that's too big. Okay. Wow. Wow. That is terrible. think I'm making progress, but I don't know where, if that bends right there or what. Just tar. Welding wire. Maybe that'll work. Well, thankfully, a guy finally got it. I just kept spraying carb cleaner in there, jamming welding wire, all sorts of stuff. Thankfully, because that goes into the tunnel and then disappears. I crawled under the car, didn't see anything. Rooted around in here, didn't see anything. And I finally put a clamp on here so it wasn't leaking. And I had a fear I was going to blow the line out somewhere in between, but I think we just blew out another piece there. So now I'll feed some juice in, actually probably on this side, and then blow it through that way. Well, a guy dug around and did snag on a filter here. This should be small enough to fit, but I'm going to change this up just a little bit. I'm going to put the filter over here and then run new line into the pump and then directly from there to the fuel make a happener. I don't really like putting, when you can help it, the filter after the pump, because if you are pulling in a bunch of sediment and crud, you're just filling your fuel pump full of it. So I like to put it a forehand if possible, and I need to cut some of this line off anyway because we really wrecked it trying to get this cleaned up. So I'm going to snip this back to here, new line, and I found some spring clamps. We'll try to get some clamps on some of this anyway, and I think we'll go ahead and bolt up that fuel make it happener as well. Mazel. Okay, so we'll start by hacking this out. We're going to be real lucky if we can get this filter pushed into this old line. It's so rotten, but we'll do our best. Is this too small? Oh, that might be too small. Spring clamp. Okay, this will go this way. Yeah, this old line is so hard. Darn it. Come on. And I doubt it's going to let me slide that on there. No. Yeah. Now we're in a pickle. What am I trying to do here? Get it off, I guess. There we go. What else do I got? What are my ops? Standard hose clamp, I guess. We'll do that later. This guy goes down here. Okay. And we'll run it something like that. There we go. Let's see. It's backwards. Let's go this way. There we go. Another one on this end. Some sort of tubey that went there. We'll get that back on later. Fan blower thing. Oscillator upper. A fuel system with clamps. Who would have thought? I am also going to clamp this one on now while I have room. This is the one to feed to the fuel making happener. And I want to get this on now because I got more room. There we go. Yeah, all right, let's see if we can get this back in order here. There we go. That's the throttle cable. Well, it fit. I'll be dipped. Okay. Now the tough part, trying to get my fingers to understand what my brain is saying and get these nuts on. Oh. Oh, I got it. Nice. Can't see nothing. Come on. Tighten. I need you to tighten. Oh, let's break something. Oh, chocolizer. Not broken, just flipped on. Well, I'm standing on my head. Dislocated my finger. But I think we're getting it. There we go. I believe this goes here. Digital choke. Okay, then we need to tighten this. There. And the last thing I'll do is get some real vacuum caps instead of these things and plug this off. Actually, we got to use one. No, we don't. That went to full manifold vacuum down here, didn't it? It did. Okay. Well, I'm back. And with the same exact vacuum caps, because I can't find my assortment, and I have a feeling someone named Bentley probably borrowed on my case, and I'll never see that again. But nonetheless, we can get the fuel line plugged in here. Ouch, that's not sharp. There we go. And this had one of those European style fuses in it. And that hit the floor. And I'll never see it again. Will I? Nope. Didn't think so. Well, I think a guy is officially at the point. We gotta jam a lightning cube in this thing. And of course, see if the ignition works. Cranks the engine by key. We'll probably end up putting a Lone Wolf 6000 on it, the starter I don't know. It's behind that fan thing somewhere. That way we could sit right here, crank the engine over, and adjust our points and make sure that we have spark. And once we get lightning shooting out of this system, we'll move on to rigging up some sort of makeshift fuel system, because I don't have a tank right now, but we'll figure that out. So let's go, I think it's under the back seat. Let's dig around in there, throw a battery in this thing, and see if we can get it cranking over. Yep. There she is. The old Die Hard did in fact die. Oof, I should get the mouse sucker in here and maybe clean some of this up just a little bit. Vehicle inspection report. But anyway, we'll get this out, get a new one in, see if this thing burns down. Yep. All right now. Boy, there is no floor left back here. Here's saggy pants. We got a saggy pants car. Ooh. I think we had some skeletal remains. No. You know what I mean? At least it smells terrible in here. You know. I should just take this back seat out, shouldn't I? Yep. Okay. Let's do that then. Well, how do you do that? Like this, I guess. Oh, it's even worse on this side. Those Cheetos? I don't even know what I'm looking at. We got cloggage. Getting closer to see if we can fire this thing up for Wendell. There's a lot of cobwebs in there too. Spider webs, webs, fried webs, grilled webs. I don't know. Good enough. Well, let's get the seat. We got it out. Okay. There we go! Okay. Nothing like a good battery fire in the back seat, you know? That's where you want them. I don't know what wires are supposed to be here. We got a couple stragglers. They're straggling off the side. Oh, that's that switch that goes up there. What did that do? Remember that switch we found between the seat? That's what this wire is jammed in here. Oh boy. I think we'll leave that off for now. Yeah. We got door buzzer, dome lightage, right off the jump. I'm gonna leave the negative kind of loose in case I gotta rip it off there. Oh, something's squealing. Not really sure what. I don't see any smoke yet. We do have dome lightage. Oh, look at that. Oil light, whatever the other light is. Something clicks in the back. Huh. That turns on. Doesn't blink. Is there a radio in here? Oh, I don't think so. Huh. Robbed a fuse out of something under the dash. I don't know what this is or what it goes to, but see if we could put this back. Is that how it goes? Okay. We gotta check the Earl. Whoa. A little low, but there's plenty in there to crank. Nothing's in the way. I'm just gonna try to hit the key and see if it spins over. Key on, crank. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay. That's interesting. Let me ponder a minute here. I suppose I gotta just find the starter. What does that go to? Hey, we got headlights, marker lights. I've just been farting around here trying to figure out what's going on. I heard a rumor some of these have seat belt interlocks. I plugged them up. I can hear the relay clicking. But nothing happens. So I don't know what the deal is there. Well, I was going to do this anyway. I'm just going to hook up the Lone Wolf 6000 and do it this way. Hopefully the starter isn't bad. I do not have one. I don't know how common they are. Okay, there's the starter. There's got to be a post like right there-ish. Okay, and then we'll take battery. There we go. Okay, here we go. Ah. Starter issue. Dang it. Well, I wasn't planning on it, but we're gonna have to rebuild the starter. Okay. Go. Yes! Rebuilt. Well, that'll work. Probably sulfur or something between the contacts there. All right. Now we can get back to check the spark. So it's going to be hard for you guys to see, but in there I can hear and see a little spark between the contacts there. So that's good. I'm going to try to find my little light tester doodabber so we could actually see a bulb flash, hopefully. That way it's going through the system, through the rotor, into the lightning whirler cap here, and it's going to be making its way to the sparkulators. Well, the guy's got that jammed in there, and normally you put it between the sparkulator and the end of the lightning hose, but I can't get my mitts in there, so we just kind of got her, you know, backwards in like that. But watch that light, it should flash. Yep. Kind of galloped there. I wonder if there was a little bit of fuel in that. Fuel make it happen, or they bench tested it or something. That was weird. Or it just jumped on us. But now we know we got spark. We know it's getting to the cylinders. Let's go ahead and find something to fill this bowl up and see if this thing will fire off. Make some noise out of these big old 4-inch tips. No, they're like, I don't know, my thumb won't even fit in it. Whatever that is. Alright, let's see if I can get any. Whoa, 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 whoa. None of that is working. That, we've got extreme failure. Oh, I gotta figure, where'd all my mustard bottles go, by the way? I don't know.
Well, wait something. Look here.
There we go. So this is 50 to 1. Got a little bit of 2-stroke oil in there. And that'll help lubricate the combustion chamber, valves, all of that. You know, first time we're trying to fire this thing up in almost 4 decades. So let's just try to take her easy on it, you know? Full. She is full. All right. Okay, mission's hot. And bring the thunder. Come on. So bad.
Maybe we take the truck off and it's off.
Come on. Oh. 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 This stuff is flying out. Welcome back, old boy. Yeah, the muffler is just full of stuff. It's just shooting everywhere. Oh, it runs. It sounds like a bug. I don't hear anything that's has me worried. It's not banging and clanking, knocking on heaven's door or nothing like that. So that's good news. Now we got to figure out a fuel system. Well, some of you have been around a while, and so has this boat tank. A long while. Let's get this plugged in, down into that guy, see if we can get this pulling some fuel and running longer.
Okay. Hit this line. Oh, whoa, whoa, we've been throwing fuel. That's not good.
We're falling. Oh, good. She's pressurized, for Pete's sake. What in the world? I got gas in my eyebrows. Because my vent must be.
Here we go. Vent was plugged on the little devil. Boy, she built some pressure. We got it everywhere. I gotta get the mop out.
See if I could pressurize this a little bit. Push fuel back. There we go. So I'm going to prime it again, and then we'll crank it up and see if it's going to pull fuel. All right. Is the key on? No. Still doesn't crank by the key. I don't know what's going on there. Not pulling yet. Still nothing. Pressurize it again. Still not pulling fuel. Uh-oh. That's not goodly. Diaphragm's probably rock hard in that pump. I might have to suck on that. Engine sounds good. The shrapnel has lessened. Sure doesn't seem like it wants to pump. Yeah. We can try to coax her around. Get that diaphragm loosened up, and we'll do that by back feeding some fuel in here. We might got a DOA pump. Well, I think I found the problem. In my hurry, I think I've got these lines backwards. So instead of trying to pull from the tank, it's trying to pull from the carb bowl. Let me switch these around really quick and see if that does the trick. Okay, I got those flipped around. Yep, there it pulled fuel. I could hear the pump shot, so it should fire now. Clutch has been running for a few minutes. Smells like mice really bad. Do I have a meter? I do. Let's see if it's charging. I heard something in there whirling and whining. Oh, phew, it's getting really bad in here. It's heating it up. Ugh. Why is this meter going so slow? I don't know if it's charging or not. 12.1 volts. Anyway, 3 of the 4 tires are stuck. 2 of which are the rear. So what I'm thinking is, let's test the clutch. And if we jam this thing in first gear and maybe reverse, can we get one of these broke free? It's my hope. See what happens. Oh, how am I gonna fit in here? Okay. Is that reverse? Something happened? No. First? Wow. Clutch is working, but it definitely ain't. Oh. Wow. What are we going to do about that? That's bad. That is really bad. Huh. Let's see. Disco the battery here. There we go. Well, my friends, it runs after almost 40 years. This thing fired to life pretty quick and in a hurry, actually. And it sounds really good, at least to me. That receipt, finally, wherever I put it, might be real. Someone finally didn't lose the receipts somehow, some way. This might have a new engine in it, which is crazy, and just goes to prove the guy's health just wasn't doing good for the feller. But Wendell the bug is alive. I'm gonna call it for tonight though. It's late, it runs. We got a big project though, getting all these tires unstuck, maybe looking at the brakes. I kinda wanna just tootle it around. I also need to figure out how to move the driver's seat so I can try to fit in this thing. It's like Bowser on a go-kart, you know. Okay, see you in the morning. Well, good afternoon. Early this morning, a guy had a bunch of property stuff to do and had to start going through the equipment. It's hay season. We're now well into the afternoon, but I wanted to get back on the Beetle. This thing runs and sounds great. First time in almost 4 decades. This thing was just sitting here idling, like shut off yesterday. But we got a huge issue. 3 of the 4 wheels are locked up. And I want to tootle this around. Even if we don't get the brakes figured out, it would just be a lot of fun to see if these tires hold some wind and just go tootle doodle the boodle Beetle thing or whatever you do in these. I'm not really sure. This is going to be interesting because obviously the brake drums, we found one in the trunk, are seized to the shoes. That or the transmission's froze. But we also have one tire on the front also seized, so I think it's just brake rubber stuff. We're gonna have to get really creative in how we knock these loose. It's not gonna do it power-wise, we know that. I'm just gonna burn the clutch out. We don't wanna go down that rabbit hole. So I'm gonna have to force these somehow. I'm gonna ponder what we can do. I think the first thing we gotta do is just take this tire off. Hits! And see what we got going on. Boy, it really is on there. Hits. Oh, they're bolts. Hits. 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 Yeah. Hits. Okay, now, if I just put a furniture dolly under here, we're ready to rock. Nope. Still needs to rotate, doesn't it? What am I gonna do here? Well, this is a fragile frame-ish, suspension-ish thing, isn't it? It is. Well, it's just, okay, we agree, I guess. Leave it at that. Starting with some basic stuff here. Got a croissant wrench on here. This drum is pressed on. It's a tapered hub, I would assume. So we'll see if this will turn it. Nuts turning. And by the way, I'm literally lifting the front of the car off the ground. And that's just collapsing the suspension. Okay. Hey! Nice! That wasn't so bad. Here I was trying to figure out a lever. Ooh. Why that? Why does it do that? It's not gear, right? No, that treehouse cable system is still working. Well, let's fire it up and see if the horsepowers will turn it. Ah, she fired right up this morning. I did have to rebuild the starter again. But otherwise, she came right to life. Okay, first gear. Hard to find reverse. That didn't sound good. Well, what's the secret to reversing this? Left, down, over. Huh. There we go. Ah! What I thought was second was actually reversed. Goofy shift pattern. That's pretty goofy! I know, I just said that. Oh! Wow. I've been working on the railroad all the live long day. No. Still haven't done that. Pretty good, right? Transmission works. Oh yeah, fourth gear. Now we're talking. Whew, that thing's going at least 4 miles an hour. Ouch, fan belt back there. That's got to be terrible on the transaxle. We'll keep doing that for a minute. Well, we should probably do the same on the other side, huh? Yep, we should. Okay. I don't have any idea why that was rusted together like that. Kind of strange. So anyway, let's repeat the process on the other side. The old Tanya Harding 200. Can you flip these? Oh yeah. Piece of pie. What was that? I think that was a bump stop. Did anybody count how many times I hit the other one? Let's try that. Nope. Nope. Uh-oh. This one is not having it. It's just stripping. Nuts coming off. Uh-oh. It's fired up. Throw it in gear. See if by chance. I think we're gonna have to make this wheel stick somehow though. Can't fit in here. Yeah. The other side's so butter now. There's no reason for it to even try to spin this side. Wow. Darn thing runs good. Let me see if I got the right tool. Oh, here we go. Just gonna clamp a little vice grip on here. And try to keep this nut from stripping. That's a good clamp. All right. Now. Nope. Just cutting this cotter pin off. That ain't gonna be good for the treads in there. Nope. 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 No. Stop. Stop it. That's not working. What am I gonna do here? Well, I have an idea. We're gonna have to sacrifice the spare wheel. Need some hardware, some square tubing, and some gumption. We're gonna head to town. A lot of you have asked for an update on the blue and white K10 out of the field, the pasture truck. You guys love that thing. I'm gonna take that to town. It's pretty much my daily. I'll show you what we got cooking on that thing. So we got exhaust on it. Of course, we're running jips and tips. Sounds really good. And since it's my daily, went ahead and did the interior. And you guys have seen this a bajillion times by me, so I didn't show any of this. Obvious daily status. Got a bunch of junk in here and stuff like that. AC is working great. Got the vents in the dash to work. Had to put a charging whirler on it, but that's about it. Found some ridge floor mats, painted some stuff up, put a dash in it, door panels. Love this truck. Well, I'm back at the shop and looking at this. We got to use leverage to our benefit here. And trying to turn on this is like trying to turn a stuck engine over using the crank bolt. If I could turn, the farther we turn out, the more leverage we have. Some guy with a beard and sandals once said he could move the earth if he had a long enough lever. So that's what we're going to be working on here. We're going to use a wheel to do it. I just so happen to have an extra one right here. Now I know someone's already upset. Well, Derek, that's a super rare spare tire because they only made 21,586,000 Beetles. It's going to be fine. Okay? It's better to lose a spare and get the rig on the road. Trust me. So let's knock this rubber off and we'll get after it. Little blowing up air compressor, barely making wind. Oh wow, this tire's junk anyway. It's got 4 plugs in the same little spot here. Whoop. I forget my pedals are different on this Timu tire changer. Get off of that. Well, what in the devil is going on? Boy, this is not going to be good. Okay, here's the start of our solution. Maybe, hopefully, sort of-ish. So I started off by thinking I'll just take a piece of Langar iron, drill 2 holes and use it as a lever. The problem is where these holes are, I can only put a really short piece in here and it's not really going to do us any good. Second idea was I'll bolt the wheel on backwards so the offset comes out this way, and that'll give us a better opportunity to put a lever on it. But the mating surface isn't correct and it sticks out quite a bit, so I need longer lugs. Well, those are metric. They're 14 by 150. All of the parts stores in town only have 2. I only have 2. I have 150s but in like 18s. So that's not going to work. So then back to the wheel going on this way. My thought is if I could get the wheel on, make a mark, and weld this on, we can use this as a big lever. The problem is the offset's going to be so goofy. You could see here, the mounting surface is basically right here. I wanted the wheel to go the other way, but that can't happen. Now, I could maybe build some sort of plate, but then it would have to be like conical or something. I don't know. Seems like a lot of work. So let's see if this is going to work first. Okay, so guys got this mounted up. So here's what I'm thinking. Something like that. Try to use my other hand. Boom. And see how much leverage we're going to have, and we're using the outside of the wheel. Yeah, I guess maybe I could tack it on the inside too and see if this will bust loose. If this works, maybe we'll get lucky and the orientation is the same on the front wheel that's locked up, which I think is the drinker side front. But let me grab a marker. We got to grind clean some surfaces here, buzz this on, and bend this in half. Sweet. Okay, I'm actually going to run a groove on the top part of my mark because we don't want to accidentally weld that square stock too high and interfere with the axle thingy. Right? Right. So there's our little groove that'll help us. And for that's the most rare tire in the world, gang. This one's bent. Got some issues. It's not perfect. Okay? Okay. Little blue Beetle. Why do I have Prince stuck in my head today? I don't know. You know, after many, many years of service from my Lincoln 31 MP, I finally retired it. How long did I have that? 7 years, 8 years? I can't remember. Anyway, we got the 215 MP now, and it is quite the machine. I'm sure I'll get the same amount of years out of this puppy. The other one still worked. It's just time for an upgrade, you know. It's nice having, of course I got the other machine, whoops, big 220 guy, but it's nice to have one I can run off a regular outlet. Can I make it? Nope, it's all right. Volkswagen wheel remover 9000. Okay. Let's go see if this idea works or if we just wasted a bunch of time. So if this bends, we might have to weld a little gusset on there. Trying to be cheap, use the smallest square stock I got laying around. I guess I could have put a little more thought into that. Whoops. Just walked around the car 12 times trying to find this. It was right behind me. Aha! There we go. Let's see what we got here. It's definitely bending. Shucks. Ah, there we go. Ha 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 ha! Well, I'll be redneck engineering. I can't go all the way around because it'll hit this beautiful paint, see? So, kind of just working it in that, there's a groove there. See how that stuff flying out? All right. Now, if the orientation isn't the same, what I mean by that is this being level with the lug bolts like that. On the front tire, we might have to cut this off and re-weld it. leverage makes all the difference. Got it. But it's not a posi unit, so I have to put the parking brake on over here. Engage. We'll let this chew for a minute. Success! We've got both rears now unlocked, spinning well. And I figured out the seat. There's just a little lever right there. You know, not your defrost or temp lever or this flappy thingy, but that one. And then I just got in here and jammed my feet through the floor and it slid back. I'm not sure if it bent or slid, but either way, now there's definitely no room, as opposed to before where it was just nope. That wasn't going to happen. So that's good. So I suppose it's time. Let's hook this to the wind maker and see if we can get the back tires to hold air. We got to get this down on the back, because now we're going to lift the front end up and try to get this front tire unstuck as well. That's the one that was really skidding all the way in here, well, along with the rears. Then we're in a position this thing might free roll for the first time in I don't know how many years it's been stuck like this. Many. Guys got her up here so when it explodes, it doesn't take my pinky toe off. Oh boy, super sketchy. I don't hear any hard exits on wind. We know they're not tubed. 36 PSI max. Oh, we're there. Right when I pulled the air hose off. Oh man, did it explode. That's why I had it locked in here. Oh my goodness, that was loud. Woo! This is the other rear tire. I don't think I'm going to go quite as high this time. That seems just fine. Shoo! Okay, well, I guess I got to put this old spare on the other one, and it's got these crazy plugs in it. But might hold wind better than that one. All right, so this was the spare tire, which we took off a different wheel to use for our tool. Now it's spooned onto this wheel and somehow holding air for the time being. And one of the original rears that was on it is behind me, and it's still holding a little bit of air. So, I think we'll have the rear covered. What am I going to do with this lone wolf? I should maybe figure that out too before we get to driving. All right, the truth of moments. Okay, I didn't hear more explosions. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm liking that. All right. Now we have to deal with the front. So I was able to spin the other side there. This side, no. Ooh, we might get lucky. Well, it's going to be close. The orientationalizationals. I suppose this is going to try to turn when I step on that bar. Okay. You little stinker. I think we'll start with the Tanya Harding and then try to put our tool on. Leverage 40,000, maybe 50. Okay. Nope. Ooh, it might just go. Gotta be kidding me. Bars on the ground. Come on. Well, by golly, by the hair of her eyeball, I think we got her. Yep. NASCAR wheel lug. Do-do-do. Can a guy get any closer than that? I don't think so. All right. Come on now. Oh, crunchy, but it's moving. Boy, this was a great idea. I'm gonna have to remember this. Boy, it's just raining. So, wait, I can turn it. Get more of a throw. This is a great shoulder workout. They feel the deep burn in the armpit. Okay. Well, it's not really getting better though. That is a little concerning. Can't just spin these around like we could in the back, you know. I think it should roll. It's gonna pull, that's for sure. But it should roll. Do this again. Ah! Ah! Come on, hang in there. Hang in there, little buddy. That's 30. That's good. You've done good. We'll go this route on this one. Well, she's down on the ground. Let's see what happens if we try to scoot her around. Gotta make sure she's in neutral now. Okay, all right, yeah. Tight fit. First gear, I think. Maybe reverse. Oh my goodness. Yes. What is this? Oh, it's a title. Oh, beat dipped. Wow. We got a going to town rig. That's great news. Well, the only thing left to do, clean up. And what do we do? Jam this outside? No brakes. That's weird, but listen, we got a hayfield. Let's go drive this thing around. Did I tear this title in half? Oh no. Guy was getting ready to pull out of here, and then I realized when I hit the go pedal, well, first of all, the whoa pedal doesn't do anything. But when I hit the go pedal, it also doesn't do anything. It's frozen solid. And I think it all rotates on the same weird alien linkage down here. So I'm gonna get in here with the mouse sucker, clean all this stuff up so I'm not breathing it in, and try to discern what in the world is going on in there. Oh, look at that old Arby's cup. It's got a brown logo. Wild. Oh boy. I don't even know what it's sucking up. It's a lot though. So as I suspected, it is just like a go-kart basically. There is a pivot point right there which is going to be seized, and then the cable runs through this metal sheath which goes in this magic tunnel that houses electricity, fuel lines, and cables. I don't even know how to access that. So I disconnected the cable at the fuel make it happener. I'm going to soak it down again with various different juices. Actually, I'm going to heat it first. See if I can light the car on fire. And then we'll juice it. You know, the old heat juice, heat juice, heat juice, heat juice trick. And maybe I could get a vice grip on that and start rocking it back and forth. It's going to be really fun. I don't want to jam it too many times, we'll flood it, but I got it. Best tool in the world, a little bit of fire, brought her back around. Well, I barely made it over to my field. It doesn't have power to get up the hills. Okay, no brakes, but here we go. Yes! First time going under its own power in almost 4 decades. It's gonna be sketchy going downhill. Oh, it smells so bad in here. I'm gonna go on a limb and say safety wasn't really at the forefront. How would you survive any sort of collision in here? By the way, if I slouch, I somehow fit in this, which is really bizarre. Never would have thought. Ever! But here we are. Second gear. Oh yeah, she really grabs the second. It's like a 16-horse Kohler just kind of kicking in. Oh no. I think my throttle cable just broke. Just burning the clutch to get moving. Right, that's all it has. Wide open! Wide open! Oh yeah! Woo! Oh! There she's really coming around. The 4-barrel is opened up. Nope. Oh. What is happening? I don't even know. Okay. It officially drives. Smells every time it starts warming up. The mouse smell. It gets the mouse smell. Is what I'm trying to tell you. It gets hot. Look, bud. Now the real fun part, cleaning up. Nope, not fun. Well, the guy's got her parked under the barn awning over there. She deserves a little shade. You know, the car is admittedly rough, but it runs and it drives. Pulled itself around for the first time in, well, we don't really know, 36 to 40 years, somewhere around there. And our mystery motor might actually be rebuilt. That's pretty awesome. My question to you is this as far as we want to take this one? There's a lot of work left to be done. Send it down the road as is, let someone else fart around with it? Or do we go ahead and do fuel tank, fuel sending unit, needs tires? I'm sure the brake system is going to be a bear on this thing. It needs pretty much everything. I found shoes. I got to find all the other parts and pieces. Tune up, got to put the air cleaner on. I don't know, you guys let me know. Bleep bloop it down there below. One more thing before I cut you loose, just a reminder on the giveaway. That's going on right now through May 25th. My personal one-of-one custom truck, matching gooseneck trailer, a brand new Wildfire XLT 9000 lift, and $20,000 on top of all of that. And all you have to do for your chance to win is go to vicegripgarage.com. That's the only website to get official merchandise from. And anything you purchase, every $5 you spend gives you one entry for a chance to win. There's tons of clothing and sunglasses and hats and sweaters and long sleeves and extra tall and flannels and jackets and stickers. Don't forget Shine Juice, Wipe On Clear Coat, Rebuild Black. But go over there, don't procrastinate. If you wait till the last week, some things might be out of stock temporarily, you know what I mean? But if you find yourself in that situation, the gift cards also do count towards your entries as well. And just a reminder, vicegripgarage.com is the only website to get your official merchandise and your official entries over there. Thanks guys for watching, appreciate you so very much, and we'll see you this Friday. On to the next.